Thank you, dear. Yeah, the show will start very shortly. Yes, good morning to each and every one of you. Yes, good morning. I hope I meet you guys well. I hope you are all in top form and in good spirit. Yes, you're welcome to episode 156 of the usual series, The Bleeding Edge. Wadike Eberechuku, work hard. Steve Osagie, I can spot you. If you don't comment, I won't be able to spot you. So maybe you'll do yourself a favor for me to acknowledge you. Yes, today is Sunday, the 13th day of the third month of March 2022. You're welcome to the live stream. We're going straight into episode 156 of our usual series, the hashtag, the bleeding edge. That's exactly what we want to talk about today. Yes, we're going to do it just a little bit different, if I may say so. Yeah, just a little bit different. And because it is going to be a little bit different, let me tell you exactly what I have in store for you. I'm going to run you through some of this. Now, I did indicate it in the previous stream that this messenger, as I saw it, as it was revealed unto me, that's the angel of death currently stationed in Nigeria, location 9. And there is no doubt about that. The fact that a lot of influential, prominent figures within the contraption called Nigeria will be slain this year, the year of judgment, the year of punishment for those that plunged. A country that should have been an envy for the whole world into a catastrophic mess. Now, because that illustration in front of your screen is permanently in Nigeria today, that's why the country is reversed, lateral reversal, wrong reading. Why? Because everything in that nasty piece of a contraption called Nigeria is always upside down, wrong reading, lateral reversal. And because everything is lateral reversal, whereas the whole world keeps moving on a straight line. The only country that I know of on the surface of the planet that loves to go in bend is that nasty piece of a contraption called Nigeria. And that's why today you're having to pay for the terrible amount of money that should have been used to develop robustly a nation under God, that your former leaders decided in their own judgment to spend a whopping 61 billion US dollars to free South Africa and Southern Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe, and others from apartheid. Because of that, they see the world wrongly. They see everything the other side that the world is looking at things. You've been battling. You can clearly see the Sunday Herald, published 28 years ago, Sunday 29th January 1994, in 2022. Buhari blames middlemen for poor economy. That's all because of this. This one. It is all because of that. Make no mistakes. Yeah, it is because of that. And because the nasty piece of a contraption called Nigeria sees the world in a lateral reversal, just as you are looking at it in front of your screen. That's why today, a Grade A area court in Kabusa, Federal Capital Territory in Abuja, is like this. That's because Nigeria is a lateral reversal nation. The only nation that is lateral reversal, wrong reading, that I know of. Grade A, area court, Kabusa. That's the picture that you are looking at. The mess created by these leaders, dead or alive, 1960 to 2020, 60 years after independence. Today, 2022, that is the current state of Osun State Judiciary High Court of Justice in Osogbo, the main entrance. You see how dirty, how dilapidated the structure is. That is because all of them, dead and alive, sees the world lateral reversal. And that's why Nigeria is lateral reversal. Because it is lateral reversal, that's why you get the likes of the chairman of the Nigeria University's commission educating his own child at the University of Aberdeen in Scotland. The institution to which that man presided over was not fit enough for his own son to be educated in there. That is because of all the mess, dead or alive, that they've created. Lateral reversal, wrong reading, because they don't think straight. Now, we're going to go into this one. Yes, we're going in there. MC Oluomo. The last time I showed you guys this, and this was as far back as 2011. I never knew when I streamed this some couple of weeks ago that this man will be in hot soup today, MC Oluomo. I showcased how much the transportation industry put into the coffers of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, NURTW, and that as well for the Marwa too. Now, I'm going to go in here relating to his case. Make no mistakes. Make no mistakes. And it's going to be real bloody, because I am going to show you some scary statistics. I did the sums a few years back, but I've got the authentic sums with me, and we'll be doing that, just that. Now look at this. That's what I'll be explaining to you, and that as well in relations to that. Now you will then see why that man, MC Oluomo Musliu Akinsoya, wants to kill everyone in Lagos who may wish to stop him from the ludicrous amount of money he's making off the street. The revenue that must have gone into the pockets of the state government, ending up in the pocket of a tout. Now, before we do that one, let me take you guys through this slide. I wanted to start from the beginning. Okay, I'll start it from the beginning. Yeah, I'll start it from the beginning. Yeah, here we are. Now let me pause it. No, I'll pause it. Now I want to take you through this, and I termed this, before we go into the meaty part of what we have to talk about today regarding the MC Oluomo saga and why he's ready to kill anyone. Now look at this. Okay, I termed this presentation as Lagos, Nigeria, a narrative of how Lagos went from a perfect city to a city of mayhem. Believe me. Guys, please endeavor to share this stream because some people, trust me, might be dying to have this information as well. Lagos, Nigeria, a narrative of how Lagos went from a perfect city to a city of mayhem. Now, look at the picture below. Look at the colored picture on the left. You can clearly see Tafawa Balewa Square. Between the period of 1959, before independence, and 1960, and you can clearly see a clean, marvelous city, and you can clearly see the LMTS bus. Yes, I grew up and I knew those buses. Those period in question. Hardly can you tell the difference between London and Lagos, basically. Very clean. Everything well planned. So, the other picture you're looking on the right, that was Kata Bridge as well in Lagos. Lagos, Nigeria, a narrative of how Lagos went from a perfect city, a city that was in perfect harmony with the people that live inside there, to a city of mayhem. Now, Lagos is practically a city of mayhem when, as a matter of fact, during the British colonial era, there was nothing like MC Oluomo or motor park touts. No. The transportation business was the government's business because that was part of the infrastructural development of any nation. And Lagos was a city, clean, well planned. Let's look at the next one. CBN, the same Tafawa Balewa Square. That building you're looking in front of you was the old former CBN, Central Bank of Nigeria. Now, look at the top, and the flag you are looking right on top of the CBN, the Union Jack. So that tells you that was within the period of 1958-59, before the independence, to which the Union Jack was lowered and the green shit flag was then raised up. Again, look at the LMTS bus. Look at the way people were orderly. Now, I deliberately brought Hong Kong in because this was the picture of Hong Kong in 1955. Hong Kong today is a paradise. Yes, the British ruled and they handed it over back to the Chinese not quite long ago. Fine, but this was the same Hong Kong. The same bus you are looking at there is the same. Let's go to the next one. Would you believe it that this was the cable office in Marina, Lagos in 1896, and this was Nigeria's first nightel. We are looking at history of about 126 years ago in 2022. Lagos. You see how beautiful it was. The cable office, 126 years ago in 1896. You can clearly see paved road, the Britishness and everything exist. Let's go on to the next one. Yes, CBN 1950, 72 years ago in 2022. That's the picture. 72 years ago in history. Ereko Market, Lagos, during Queen Elizabeth II's visit to Nigeria in 1956. We're talking about 66 years ago today in 2022. Ereko Market. Kata Bridge, Lagos Island, 1950, 72 years ago today in 2022. Look on your left again, the LMTS bus from a mega city to a city of mayhem, Lagos, today. Now, I particularly like this picture, and I think I have to give that credit to Afolabi Andu, because I nicked this off his wall and I wanted to make a statement from it. Now, where you see the red arrow pointing down, you can see engineer J.A. Andu, Afolabi Andu's dad. Then he was the general manager of Western Nigeria Water Corporation. Okay, Afolabi Andu had a little write-up there, but I'll tell you a little bit about Afolabi Andu's dad. His dad and my late father were both at the Government College Ibadan at the same time. And these were the people trained by the British and who came into the civil service, and they discharged their duties to the best of their ability. Now, Afolabi Andu made a statement to say to the world, journey through memory lane. And left of the picture, you are looking at the late George Bush Sr. The late George Bush Sr., who was then an ambassador, George Bush. He was the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations then, and his wife, Mrs. Barbara Bush. And in there, General Engineer Andu, the general manager of Western Nigeria Water Corporation, and Mr. Murray, resident engineer, Gilbert Associates. They were inspecting the Ashijire Dam. The water supply project was completed in 1972, according to the write-up by Afolabi Andu, with a capacity of 80 million liters per day, of which 80% was used for domestic purposes. Did you get that? Now, the water project, to which in 1972, George Bush Sr. came to inspect with his wife. This was 50 years ago in 2022. Yes, it's going to get really nasty very soon. Now, Lagos. You won't believe it. This was Lagos. Late 1960, early 70s. You can see a clean city, and you can clearly see all these young CCs at the time, perhaps in their 18s, 20s, 21, and so, you know, with their mini skirts and, well dressed, modestly dressed, conservatively. Perhaps going out on an outing, or perhaps going out to the church. Maybe that picture was taken on a Sunday. Lagos. Lagos. Where did we get it wrong? How? Did you get everything wrong? How? Lagos. The story of how Lagos went from a perfect foundation to a city of chaos. Let's go. Ikorodu Road, 1970. 52 years ago. Yes, the same Ikorodu Road. Now, look at the arrow that is pointing south. That is the compass, by the way. Now, where you see the S, it means south. Those cars were heading towards Yaba and Oyingbo. And on the right, north, Maryland, airport, and then to Ibadan. Lagos, the story of how the city went from a perfect foundation to a city of slum. Next one. Guys, you won't believe this was Ebutemeta, Lagos in 1930, 92 years ago. Ebutemeta. Look at those structures. Go to areas like Essex and all these bungalows. You'll find similar structures. Kent, Essex. Even in Beckenham. Yes. Let's go on. Lagos, Nigeria in 1910. This was 112 years ago. You can clearly see Lagos Chamber of Commerce. Lagos. This was not the Lagos to which one man gripped the whole affairs for more than 20 years. And now, a city decapitated and then marched over by hoodlums and motor park touts. 1910. Lagos, 112 years ago. People sleep in their homes at the time with all their eyes closed. Ereko Market in 1930, 92 years ago. The same Ereko Market today. Lagos in 1950, 72 years ago. Lagos. Because the British were in control, there was orderliness. You can clearly see paved road, cars parked properly in their bays, cycles on their own side, pedestrian, walking on a clean paved road. Lagos in 1950, under the colonial British, 72 years ago. Lagos, the story of how a vibrant city went from a perfect city to a city of chaos. Lagos. Lagos in 1950, 72 years ago. Orderliness. Balogun Street, Lagos in 1950, 72 years ago. Would you believe that? The same Balogun Street. Go to Balogun Street today. This was memory lane 72 years ago. Lagos in 1950, 72 years ago. Again, look at the LMTS, look at paved road, look at clean street, no potholes. Everyone going about in their own business. Guess what? Because the white man was in charge. Lagos in 1960, 62 years ago. Now, look at the red arrow. You can clearly see Barclays Bank. Look at the blue arrow. You can clearly see BP House, British Petroleum House. And you can clearly see the Lagos Municipal Transport, the LMTS. Same as in England. Those buses were all right hand. We drive the same way they drive in England. All cars were right hand. Lagos, 1960. Lagos in 1960, 62 years ago. How many of you remember that Bata store? If you wear Bata Cortina shoe to school, yes, Bata happens to be an Indian business outfit in Lagos, and they had branches all over. Bata shoes. Lagos. You can clearly see no pothole. How come the British were able to plan like this? And we complain that our problem is Britain. No, you are the cause, the root cause of your own problem. Lagos in 1950, 72 years ago. Same everywhere. Well planned structures, clear demarcation for the pedestrians and the motorist. UAE was never like this 72 years ago. It was a complete desert. They were struggling. Ours then was like paradise. Her Majesty's visit to Lagos in 1956, 66 years ago. You can see the Queen inspecting the guard because she was the head of state at the time. Eco Bridge, Lagos, in 1975, 47 years ago. Yes, perhaps one of the biggest infrastructural development implemented by Gowon's administration. He needed it because the seat of government was Lagos, Dodan Barracks. So they needed to construct the bridge over water to cross to the other side so that they can catch the plane. 1975, 47 years ago. First general hospital in Nigeria. I said genital is general, guys. Built by the British. 1893, 129 years ago. Now General Hospital, Lagos. The British built it. Lagos, Nigeria. A narrative of how Lagos went from a perfect city to a city of chaos, mayhem. I needed to take you through all those, guys. Yeah. Ifada Henry Ade, good morning. Sylvanos Sly, good morning. Esther Iwetuga, long time. Good morning. Esther Iwetuga, let's post your comment. You said it is a shame and damn ridiculous that we are witnessing this horrible saga in that we are born in 78 years ago. It is very sad and appalling. John Uwuji, maybe you've been a silent viewer for some time. You said everything about Nigeria is backward. Yeah, you're just joining in. That's why I said that. That Nigeria is a nation of lateral reversal. They don't see things the way you and I and the rest of the world see things. No, they don't. They don't. It is so sad sometimes when I look at that, and that's why you have the likes of this MC Oluomo. And here we've got some people now claiming on social media that MC Oluomo is not a killer. Would you believe that? That he's never killed no one. I'm going to show you why that man will kill anyone. Did you hear that? Why MC Oluomo will kill anyone. Because during one of my trips to Nigeria, those days in 2011, I showed this. And I'll tell you the story behind this and this. See, there are two separate tickets. And I'll tell you. Let me tell you the story behind them. Due to the nature of my job, I like to disguise sometimes. But sometime during those terrible days, many people still recognize the fact that I'm not one of them in Nigeria. Now, I go and I travel. If I am there on Okada and Marwa and Mulwe, I thought I had already seen it all. I thought it was worse at the time that I was mourning during those period, 2010, 2011. That day, I took Okada from Alausa to mile 2. Mile 2 in Ketu. And I discovered during the trip that those transport members of the union, National Union of Road Transport Workers, they continue to stop the Okada man constantly. Then out of curiosity, I asked the Okada man very politely reasons he was being stopped on the road. And he said to me, they were checking if he's got the ticket to ply the road. Now, you can clearly see it there. They wrote 40 naira, but you can clearly see the stamp behind it. 250 naira, 2011, 250 naira, Okada riders for the day. So what I did was I told him at the next stop, I want to buy this ticket. So I gave him the money. And that was how I was able to get hold of this ticket. But I found it where it was kept safely in some of, because these were part of my expenses. And I mean, I needed to account for them, despite the fact that because they were all companies' expenses. So I bought this ticket, 250 naira. And then I bought that again when I plied a Marwa 2. I'm going to show you some numbers and then you'll see why MC Oluomo will kill and will continue to kill. But then it pisses me off when we've got a situation whereby Bola Tinubu condone the activities of those reckless motor packed outs. Now, that man, make no mistakes, a lot's been said. I'm not interested in whatever it's been said. All I want to do is that I want to buttress my own argument with numbers. I'm not going to enter into any form of abuse with anyone. No. I want to present a straightforward case. And then you'll be able to see why Bola Tinubu wrecked that Lagos that you've just seen, how robustly the people that handed you independence developed. So rather than you taking your development a step further from where they stopped, you went lateral reversal. Yeah. Patrick Umego, good morning to you. Now, look at this. Let me explain exactly what you have in front of you here. Very simple. The amount of money commercial transporters in Lagos pay to Agberos, MC Oluomo, National Union of Road Transport Worker, yearly in billions of naira. Now, let's take it from the left. Commercial bus, 82.1 billion naira. 82.1 billion naira. Tricycle, Keke Marwa, 32.9 billion naira. And then motorcycle, Okada, 8.1 billion naira. Now, where do I get this source from? Chart source is from the Business Day International Center for Investigative Reporting, ICIR. Now, in color, in that purple color, that royal purple, if we add 82.1 billion plus 32.9 billion plus 8.1 billion naira, that will give us a total of 123.1 billion naira. So the 123 billion naira generated by transport tout MC Oluomo in Lagos metropolis is more, listen, is more than the internal generated revenue of 35 states in the hopeless location 9 called Nigeria. Now, can you obviously see why he now said the National Union of Road Transport Worker branch in Lagos will cut out itself from the federal? His problem is being piled up. They claimed Sanwo-Olu appointed him as general manager of some motor park association. It's been denied. Now, how did we arrive at this figure? How did Business Day International Center for Investigative Reporting arrived at that figure? Here we are. And I'll break it down. Now, transport statistics and annual revenue paid to Agberos in Lagos. Now, top left, in brown, you can clearly see total number of commercial buses. 75,000 of them all. Did you hear that? 75,000. Danfo Molue 911. 75,000. And the amount paid each day by those commercial buses is 3,000 naira every day. Now, if you do your sums properly, amount paid yearly equals 82.1 billion naira. Now, right in blue, we now go over to tricycle, keke marwa. We have a total number of them as 50,000 in Lagos. And the amount paid each day by each marwa is 1,800 naira. And then yearly, 32.9 billion. Now, bottom left, you can see total number of motorcycles, Okada. 37,000 of them unregistered. Amount paid each day, you see, it's gone up to 600 naira from 250 naira in 2011. And the amount paid as well yearly by Okada, 8.1 billion naira. And then the total amount paid to Agberos yearly, 123.078 billion naira. That's the source. Reference. Yeah. Mr. Iwetuga, congratulations on the new installation of Olubadan. I followed to the letter. You said Bola Tinubu needs to be kicked out of Lagos undoubtedly. Please, accused by yeah, I know. Yeah, they are all nuisance touts in Lagos, including Tinubu, the biggest fool. Now you can clearly see why that is like that. Yes, you can clearly see that. And that's, see, now, haven't looked at the way he's been conducting himself. He's done nothing for Lagos. Lagos is in chaos. John, you said, to be frank, only Ududua and Biafra will solve this issue. Let's see. I kind of shift my mind completely away from the agitation, and I have reasons. Let me be honest with you. Our forefathers who fought the British imperialism by demanding from the British an outright independence. never fought them through thuggery. I repeat, through thuggery. But it was all based on papers and presentation. Those that call themselves agitators, they've done too many damage to the self-determination for the Yoruba nation. You now clearly see, it's like the Yoruba nation agitation is a one-man show. And it shouldn't be that. Make no mistakes, I came out and I told some people between August, September, October last year that it seems the Yoruba agitation is becoming a farce. And I doubt if it will materialize. At independence, Awolowo was not the only man that presented papers. He had other think tank. Chief Anthony Enahoro, Chief Rotimi Williams, Richard Akinjide, Adisa Akinloye, SL Akintola, formidable Yoruba people. They formed their own group. It was not a one-man show. See, it is becoming a false if just one man then dragged himself in as the man that will get you the Yoruba nation. It's a waste of time. Complete waste of time. And by the way, how old was the late Chief Obafemi Awolowo and many of this think tank that made sure that our independence sailed through? The only thing I believed Chief Awolowo made was he should never have waited for the East or the North. Because as at 1957, the British were intending, it was their intent to give the Yorubas their own independence alongside with Ghana in 1957. But the late Chief Obafemi Awolowo thinking we will practice a true federalism, said he will wait for his brothers in the East and in the North. The Southwest was ready. The other parts of the country were not ready. And by 1960, when they were ready, problems started. And that was why I took you lot through that slide. I'm not going to repeat the slide. Now, imagine if MC Oluomo is realizing this ludicrous amount of money yearly. Now tell me, why is he not going to kill? And do you know how much they say he gives to the Lagos state government as collection? I gathered it was 2 billion naira. That's why he will kill. That's why he wants to cut off the union from the federal. I'm not going to propagate or say something about what the other people are saying, that MC Oluomo is not a killer. He's a killer. What about the lives of those people in Lagos that were cut short because of election violence? They know. MC Oluomo had to be taken out, because if he is not taken out, Bola Tinubu won't be taken out. Two people, MC Oluomo, and I told you guys, see, they will all come down. Wasiu Ayinde too. The moment Tinubu is off the radar, those two, they better start packing all their belongings. Now, you guys can see why I said everything in Nigeria is lateral reversal. Here in England and in many civilized parts of the world, government is in control of transportation. It is government's business. Here in England, it is government's business. Yes, there may be private operators too that may operate, but the real nitty-gritty, Transport for London is in charge of transportation across the network in London. The buses, the tube, the trains, the overground. Because the money they will generate will be used in return back as reinvestment to buy new modern trains. How on earth, how did we get to that nasty place? Why did we still have this day and age touts collecting revenue from transport people? That, I believe, should have been government's business. Now look at that, is how much the state government is losing to motor park touts. The same fraud MC Oluomo is committing right now was the same fraud that Bola Ahmed Tinubu equally committed. How on earth in this world will you establish a private business of yours to be collecting tax for the state government? That, to me, is something that we shouldn't be talking about. Inland revenue, alpha beta, established by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is the one collecting taxes in Lagos and then give peanut to the state government. That's exactly what they're doing. So if MC Oluomo is collecting that amount of money yearly, then multiply that by 4. If he's to spend 4 years in there, multiplied 123 billion naira times 4. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a decapitated, hopeless city of Lagos. You are looking close to 500 billion naira for a motor park tout. Based on the current statistics, perhaps the next year they may increase the tariff. Let me tell you, because government is doing nothing to contain or control this menace. That's why you see, they said, MC Oluomo sleeping with the wife of an Oba in Lagos. MC sleeping with Elegushi's wife, and then Elegushi then levied MC to be paying him 50 million naira every month. Whether that is true or not, I gathered. That was what happened. See, these people, they don't even have respect for themselves. They sleep with other people's wives. And then all the young girls and graduates that the state ought to must have catered for. Resources meant for infrastructural development diverted into their own pockets. You heard. Diverted into their pockets. How do you want us to put it when, as a matter of fact, all your politicians, they continue to loot, and currently the United States government are dealing with a case at the moment of a sitting governor who stole the state's money in the north, and then the US government confiscated it, plus the loot. He helped Sani Abacha to which your fake, dodgy latex Muhammadu Buhari, then the authentic one, said Sani Abacha never looted any money. That sitting governor is still there. Over $100 million. I think it was $150 million the US government confiscated. The Nigerian government wanted to negotiate on behalf of that same governor so that the US government can release the money to him in a plea bargain. It's not your... They never advised your governor to steal. They never advised Rotimi Amechi to steal. To which Rotimi Amechi himself said it, that all of them needed to be stoned to death. Rotimi Amechi said it. See, let's listen to Wikis.
Yeah, G.O.D. This is the message. I fear no man. The Lord is my shepherd. The Lord is my shepherd.
Yes, ìdájọ́ Olúwa ó dẹ̀ ti dé tán. Ó ti dé tán. Trust me. Ó ti dé tán. Because it is unbelievable how we've gone from a vibrant city in Lagos to a city that is hell on the surface of the planet. John Ostino, good morning. Said, how long is this going to go on? It's been on. I was able to see it. I thought that this period in question, it was that bad. Election is coming, and it's coming very, very, we're close to it. Ladies and gentlemen, you can now see babies being kidnapped. It was a shame. I was watching a cyclist stole a baby and put in a box. Last night, I got another one. Somebody crept in into loot, stole doctor's apparel in a maternity ward. What was he looking for? What? They're looking for day-old baby to kill so that they can use the blood, to have a bath so that they can maintain their status. Rituals. You hear many of them this day and age, and you hear so many ones as well. You urinate on the street, somebody else will be there to pack your urine for ritual. BRT is no longer safe. Government buses no longer safe. See, let me see if I can go back to this. I put this up. Lagos. A narrative of how Lagos went from a perfect city to a city of mayhem, a city of chaos. CBN. Hong Kong. 1955. Same. Hong Kong since then has developed, because then it was the British in 1955. Almost the same with Nigeria. Cable Office, Marina, Lagos. In 1896, 126 years ago, this year. See? Central Bank of Nigeria in 1950, 72 years ago. Ireko Market, 1956, during Queen Elizabeth's visit to Nigeria, 66 years ago. You can clearly see Union Jack on the side there. Carter Bridge, 72 years ago. Look to your left, LMTS bus. Same that you saw in Hong Kong in 1955. Afolambi Andu's dad. One of the brains behind the pipe-borne water that we drank in those days. You see all this, your girls? 1970. Ikorodu Road. Ebutemeta, Lagos, 92 years ago in 1930. You can clearly see well-paved road, well-planned houses, Everything. Lagos, 1910, 112 years ago. UAE was never like this, ladies and gentlemen. Ireko Market, 92 years ago. Lagos, 1950, 72 years ago. Look on both sides of the road, paved road. Pedestrians, they've got their own side. Motorists, they've got their own side. No potholes. Lagos, 72 years ago, 1950. Balogun Street, Lagos, 72 years ago, 1950. Lagos, 72 years ago, 1950. Excuse me. Bola Tinubu created a mess. And MC Oluomo continue to reap each other, steal from the people. Something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong. And I tell you what, Lagos is going to fall. Lagos will fall. Because the same popular Fuji musician that continue to be their political yardstick or spokesman, that continue to praise those that looted your treasury, they're all going to run away, because the tsunami that is coming will be too much for them. It will be too much. See, I have a problem because the people piloting the affairs of the Yoruba nation, they're not even sincere to themselves. All their agitators are all fraudsters. They're not truthful. Social media perhaps is the worst thing that ever happened to the Yoruba agitation. Yes, the world is not static. Technological revolution has made it practically impossible for people to know the truth from false. Anyone these days can just hop onto Facebook and onto YouTube and into any social media platform and then start saying garbage. See, God, please. The future, take this. The future belongs to those who see possibilities before they become obvious. I've seen exactly what's going to happen. I saw it with the agitation and I knew it was a farce. For me, the same way Bola Tinubu and all your rogue politicians are dragging you lateral reversal, and they think I will then be party to their fraud. No, sir. Òṣàbí ò lè gbèmí ni, fi sílẹ̀ bó ṣe bá mi, òun lọ̀rọ̀ ti tèmi. It's really so sad. I've stopped praying. For Nigeria. The intelligentsia, those that are supposed to be at the forefront of it, they've taken a backseat. They have. And because of all the fraud and everything that's been perpetrated with the Yoruba nation's agitation, I took myself off. Because I don't want to be a party to people that will continue to fool other people. I don't want to fool humans. Because I haven't got the stomach. I doubt it. I strongly doubt it. If Yoruba nation will come to being. The least that can happen, I'll tell you. The least that can happen is they probably will return the country back to the old regional formation before Gowon broke it up. For me, Nigeria has not worked for me. I don't belong to Nigeria. I don't want to belong to Nigeria. I'm saying it loud and clear. You see, one of the things that really captivated me when Babangida came up was the problem of today that he saw in 2007, to which he kept on saying, the power at the center of politics is too powerful. They should devolve power to the state. Devolution of power to the state. Many people don't know. He said it, and I documented it. But did any one of you bothered to find out where those information were documented? No. Since 2007, IBB smelled the problem of today, and he's been calling for a complete devolution of power, and that each and every state should be a country of its own within the federating unit. Each state should have their own police. Each state should generate their own electricity. Each state should develop their own infrastructures, their road, and then everything should be channeled down to the local government chairman. You want to compete for politics? Don't come to the center. The real politics is your local, your root. Go back to your root. I thought, oh, that was nice. Thank you very much, Olubumi Oyewale, for that. Thank you. That was what mesmerized me. Each and every state should be a country of its own in a federating unit, but no. And some people will then say to me that, oh, Frank, you are coming too hard on all the babas. Who are those babas? Who are those babas? When a motor park tout make this kind of money on a yearly basis and only pay 2 billion naira to the state government. If you get Yoruba Nation now, where do you want to put the likes of all these motor park touts, knowing because that's another war entirely. And then you know where some of the jokers is going to hit you guys. How will you feel if MC Oluomo suddenly turn the clock forward and then say to you, no more Nigeria, but Yoruba Nation? Get yourself prepared. Fast forward. I can see it on the horizon. A tout, an Agbero, now battling. And what if Abuja insists? Because Abuja is going to finish MC Oluomo. He's not going to survive this storm. It's finished. And then suddenly he comes out and he said, no more Nigeria. It is Yoruba nation. We want our Yoruba nation. An Agbero that never believed in it, but suddenly is now making a U-turn. Will you welcome him? Knowing fully well you are looking at those figures in front of you. Work hard. You want to put words into my mouth, aren't you? You know that bad. Oshibajo versus Steve Numbu. Oshibajo is waiting. I gathered Oshibajo sent some emissary to Obasanjo to meet with Obasanjo, but Obasanjo drove them out. I have the strongest feeling Kanu will be released. Yeah. They want to strike a deal with him. And then as for Omoyele Sowore, that's why he claimed he's a Nigerian. And he doesn't want to get himself involved in the Yoruba agitation. And he doesn't see himself as a Yoruba. Sowore is clearly wasting his time. Clearly wasting his time. You remember this? Let me look for this. Let me look for that. I'm pretty sure that you remember. Where is it? It is not here. Let me look for it. Live stream. Yeah. Watch this. This one. You remember Grandpa Oromio? Watch this. Okay, so what have I done to this?
Mo kí ẹ̀yin ìyá wa, mo kí ẹ̀yin bàbá wa, mo kí ẹ̀yin ẹ̀gbọ́n wa, ẹ̀yin àbúrò wa àti ẹ̀yin ọmọ wa gbogbo. Mo kí ẹ̀yin lóyè lóyè, mo kí ẹ̀yin lọ́ba lọ́ba, mo kí yín tológun tológun, mo kí yín tẹ̀ṣọ̀ tẹ̀ṣọ̀. A kú dédé àsìkò yìí.
Listen to that.
Adéyínká Òkúsẹ̀yìndé tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ sí Grandpa Oromio ni èmi ń jẹ́. Mo ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ láti ìlú London. Inú mi dùn gan fún àpéjọpọ̀ yìí lónìí nítorí pé gbogbo ohun tó bá ti jẹ mọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá àti ìlọsíwájú àti ìdàgbàsókè Yorùbá ó máa ń dùn mọ́ mi láti pé kí n kópa nínú ẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ fún ìgbárùkù tí gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa tí ẹ bá wa ní fún àwọn ọmọ yín àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n wa, àwọn àbúrò wa, àwọn ọmọ wa, ọmọ bàbá Ajílẹ̀yẹ àti Ṣàngóníyì fún ìfilọ́lẹ̀ eré àgbéléwò ti ilẹ̀ olómìnira ilẹ̀ Oòduà èyí tí wọ́n fi lọ́lẹ̀ ní òní ní Òṣogbo. Ó dùn mí díẹ̀ wípé mi ò ní àǹfààní àti wà ní Nàìjíríà kí n lè wà ní ibẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo ara àti gbogbo ọkàn ni mo fi wà níbẹ̀ pẹ̀lú yín, nítorí pé àwa náà ti ń pariwo lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ilẹ̀ Oòduà pé ká gba òmìnira ti ara wa, ká bọ́ lóko ẹrú, kí ògo àwa ọmọ Yorùbá kó lè tàn, kí gbogbo bí Elédùmarè ṣe fẹ́ kí ọ̀rọ̀ wa kó rí, kógo wa tàn káàkiri àgbáyé bí Elédùmarè ṣe dá wa, kó lè rí bẹ́ẹ̀ fún wa. Tí àwa kan dẹ̀ ní ìgbàgbọ́ pé tí Yorùbá ò bá dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè, ògo yìí Nàìjíríà tá a wà á máa bù mọ́lẹ̀ lọ títí ni. Ó dẹ̀ ti bù mọ́lẹ̀ débi tí gbogbo wa gan àti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ríran, a dẹ̀ ti ń tún èrò ara wa pa nísìnyí. Inú mi dùn gidi gan torí pé láti bí ọdún kan tí a ti wà lẹ́nu ẹ̀, tí a ti ń pariwo láti òkè òkun níbí, tí a bá wo àwọn àsìkò yẹn sí àsìkò yìí, ìyàtọ̀ ti wà, nítorí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ náà ni wọ́n ti wá ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa, tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ti ń rí ohun tí a ń rí, tí a fi ń pariwo láti ìgbà yẹn pé ẹ jẹ́ ká dìde, ká jà fún ẹ̀tọ́ wa, ká dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè, kí gbogbo èdè wa àti àṣà wa tó ti ń wọmi, tó ti ń parun, ká lè gbé lárugẹ. Èdùmàrè á dẹ̀ tì wá lẹ́yìn. Ní òní, mo fẹ́ ká bára wa sọ ọ̀rọ̀ ìṣítí, nítorí pé oríṣiríṣi ni àwọn èèyàn wa náà máa ń sọ níbí àti ní Nàìjíríà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá Nation tí à ń polongo èyí. Inú mi dùn gan ohun tí àwọn ọmọ wa méjèèjì tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe láti pé kí àti polongo pé ká fi orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà sílẹ̀, ká dá dúró yẹn, pé kí wọ́n lè ṣe eré àgbéléwò yìí kó lè túbọ̀ kan ara lé àtàrà oko, nítorí pé gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe sọ pé inú mi dùn pé ìpolongo yẹn ó ti ń ranlẹ̀ ju bí ti ọdún kan, oṣù mẹ́fà, oṣù mẹ́jọ sẹ́yìn, tó jẹ́ pé àwọn èèyàn tiẹ̀ tí rí táwa rí nígbà yẹn, ṣùgbọ́n kò tí ì débí kankan. So iṣẹ́ sì pọ̀ tá a máa ṣe láti pé kí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wa nílé lóko kí wọ́n káwọn náà lè máa rí bá ṣe ń rí, wípé ọ̀nà àbáyọ kan ló wà fún ìran Yorùbá, òun náà dẹ̀ ní pé kí a dá dúró. Nítorí náà mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí fún dídarapọ̀ tí ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ ìfilọ́lẹ̀ yìí ní òní. Mo dẹ̀ gbàdúrà pé a so èso rere. Àkíyèsí tí mo fẹ́ fi àwọn èèyàn wa sí, tí mo dẹ̀ máa fẹ́ kí oníkálukú náà máa fi bá àwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀, nítorí pé wọ́n ní páńṣá ò fura, gẹ́gẹ́ bí òwe ẹ̀yin bàbá wa, ẹ foríjì mí. Nítorí náà àwọn kan sì wà nínú àwọn èèyàn wa tí wọ́n ń sọ̀rọ̀ election ní 2023. Àwa kan dẹ̀ máa ń sọ pé kán má fọkàn sí. Ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́ ni mo fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ máa rí pé a máa ń pariwo ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́, àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ní gbogbo gbà. Mi ò mọ̀ bóyá àwọn ọ̀dọ́ kan tilẹ̀ wà tí wọn ò mọ ìdí tá fi ń pariwo àwọn ọ̀dọ́. Nítorí pé àkọ́kọ́ náà ẹ̀yin lẹ pọ̀ jù. Èkejì, ẹ̀yin lẹ ní energy tẹ́ lè fi ṣe gbogbo ń tá ń sọ yìí. Ìkẹta, ọjọ́ ọ̀la yín gangan ò ní ọ̀rọ̀ yìí dálé lórí. Nítorí ẹgbẹ́ mi tẹ̀mí bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yín sìn, gbogbo ariwo pé ẹ jẹ́ ká dá dúró, ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe, ká lè kí ìlú lè dà, kọjọ́ ọ̀la wọn mọ́ lè dà, kò ń ṣe nítorí tara wa. Ilé kù táwa ìfẹ́ lò ní ayé. Ó ti lé lọ́gbọ̀n ọdún tí mo ti kúrò nílùú Nàìjíríà. àwọn ọmọ tí mo bí sí lóyìnbó ẹgbọ́n tí mo ní grandpa ọ̀ràn mi hàn sí àwọn ọmọ tí mo bí sí lóyìnbó gan ti ń bímọ wọn ò dé lé wa wọn lé àwa ta lóòótọ́ àwa ta ń pariwo ẹ̀ láti lóyìnbó náà tó nǹkan o torí ọmọ àlè pọ̀ àwọn kan ò dẹ̀ tí ì rí báwa kan ṣe ń rí gbogbo àwa ta ń pariwo yìí sìn gan bóyá àti ìju ìdá kan nínú ìdá mẹ́wàá àwa ta wà lóyìnbó lọ ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo ò lè rí bákan náà ṣùgbọ́n kí àwọn ọ̀dọ́ kan jí ká pe àkíyèsí sí wọn ò dé lé wa kúrò nílùú òyìnbó lóòótọ́ wù wá ká wálé sílùú bàbá wa ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀yin ló kàn jù ọjọ́ ọ̀la yín ni ta fi ń pariwo ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́ nítorí náà tá a bá rí ẹni tó sì ń sọ̀rọ̀ 2023 ó yẹ ká máa pàkíyèsí wọn sí wípé òun kọ́ ni ọ̀nà fún Yorùbá nítorí pé tí ó bá di 2023
ẹ máa gbọ́ o.
ohun tó burú jù tó dẹ̀ máa jẹ́ ìbànújẹ́ tó dẹ̀ máa jẹ́ ìfàsẹ́yìn tó máa mú Yorùbá wọ oko ẹrú oko ìparun gan ni máa pè láéláé ní tí àwọn èèyàn wa bá lọ dìbò nítorí tẹ́ ẹ bá lọ dìbò ẹ pọ̀ ohun tó máa ṣe fún wa ni pé wọ́n á fún wa ní ọmọ Yorùbá kan láti jẹ́ olórí Nàìjíríà ohun tó dẹ̀ máa jẹ́ nǹkan tó burú pátápátá fún ìran Yorùbá ni kí ọmọ wa di president ní 2023 tẹ́ bá lọ dìbò kò ní mú ìlọsíwájú kankan wá bá ìran Yorùbá ó máa sọ wá sí oko ìparun ni màá dẹ̀ ṣàlàyé nítorí pé kò sí ọmọ Yorùbá tí wọ́n fi síbẹ̀ nǹkan kan ní kí gbogbo àkọ́kọ́ mọ̀ dájú kò sí ẹnikẹ́ni tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá tó lè di ààrẹ ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà tá di president Nàìjíríà tí kì í bá ṣe pé àwọn Haúsá àwọn Fúlàní wọ́n gbà láàyè láti débẹ̀ kò ṣeé ṣe kò sọmọ wa kankan ó jẹ́ Tinubu ni o ó jẹ́ kóníkẹ́ni tó wù kó jẹ́ ní ọmọ Yorùbá tán bá máa fi sí ipò pé kó di olórí ilẹ̀ ààrẹ ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà àwọn Haúsá ìyá àwọn Fúlàní iná máa fi sí ibẹ̀ tó bá dẹ̀ ti débẹ̀ kò sí tó lè ṣe o kò sí nǹkan kan tó lè ṣe fún ìran Yorùbá nǹkan kan tí ìran Yorùbá tá a dẹ̀ nílò tó lè mú ìlọsíwájú bá wa tó lè yọ wá ní oko ẹrú ó ní òmìnira ara wa ká dá wà ká má sí nínú Nàìjíríà mọ́ ọmọ wa kankan ò lè di president kò ṣe o kò lè ṣeé ṣe o tó bá ṣe èmi yìí ni wọ́n sọ pé kí n wá di president Nàìjíríà mi ò lè ṣe o mi ò lè pín Nàìjíríà o kò wọ́ọ̀kì bẹ́ẹ̀ ohun tá a gbọ́dọ̀ understand ni pé democracy ni ẹni tán bá fi síbẹ̀ ikó tó bá wu nǹkan láti ṣe pé kó pín Nàìjíríà kí Yorùbá dá dúró wọn ò ní jẹ́ kó rí ṣe nítorí pé ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè kò ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan ló kàn máa sọ pé ó yá òun fẹ́ ṣe constitution Nàìjíríà tán dẹ̀ fi ń ṣètò ìdarí ìlú wa kò fi ààyè sílẹ̀ pé kí wọ́n pín ìlú Nàìjíríà nígbà tó ń bá dẹ̀ di ààrẹ tí wọ́n búra fún constitution yẹn ló máa búra lé lórí pé òun máa rí dájú wípé òun tẹ̀lé constitution tá ń sọ yìí kò dẹ̀ fààyè kó pín Nàìjíríà sílẹ̀ nítorí náà nǹkan tó bá fẹ́ pín Nàìjíríà ó láti lọ wá bó ṣe máa gba referendum tó máa lọ bá wọn ti House of Senate House of Rep pé ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe referendum káwọn èèyàn wa kan sọ bóyá wọ́n fẹ́ túká àbí wọ́n fẹ́ wà papọ̀ kò dẹ̀ lè gbé ìgbésẹ̀ nítorí kó mọ̀ kí tó bá gbé ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn àwọn ará bí wọ́n pọ̀ jù wá lọ wọ́n á dìbò wọ́n á impeach ẹ̀ wọ́n á dìbò àwọn náà ní nọ́mbà tó pọ̀ jù nítorí pé wọ́n pọ̀ jù wá lọ wọ́n á yọ ní ààrẹ nítorí náà kò sí ọmọ Yorùbá kankan tó débẹ̀ tó lè ṣe oko ìparun lá ń lọ yẹn tọmọ wa bá wà ń bẹ̀ tó lọ́dún 8 táwọn Fúlàní wá káàkiri tí wọ́n ń gbalẹ̀ wa lọ nígbà tó máa bá máa lọ́dún 8 tán tó máa gbé ìjọba padà fún àwọn Fúlàní àwọn tó wà nínú igbó tá bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣíwò ẹ̀ wọ́n á ti wà ń bẹ̀ ní 20 ọdún ti lé wọ́n á ti gba local government wọ́n á ti pọ̀.
You see, I've played multiplayer TP time after time. Would they spell out a reason why tó ṣe jẹ́ pé bójú ọmọ títí wá gan anybody tó bá gbé débẹ̀ kò possible. You see, this is now bringing me down to a show I streamed I think it was earlier part of this year, to which I outlined the work that's been done by a group called Eminent Elders Forum. Maybe I have to come back again. I have to showcase that to you, to tell you exactly what they were doing. Talking to the powers that be that they need to return the country back to the 1963 Constitution. They should bring in the 1963 Constitution as a constitution that was drafted and accepted by the people. And then consolidate that constitution with a parliamentary system of government, and then returning the country back to its regional formation of Western region, Midwest, Eastern region, and Northern region. That was in the making. In fact, before the whole agitation now turned gray, they were pressing the button from that side. That wasn't a one-man show business. It was a collective effort from both the West, the East, the Middle Belt, the South. I never saw a representative from the North in the group, maybe silently. You see, we are at a crossroad. We are. Folashade Okwade, good morning. The main bone of contention in today's show primarily is because of this man and the ridiculous amount of money he's making. Is he going to survive? Look at 123 billion naira. And then you will find out that some people are now advocating and then saying, oh, Ejeki MC Oluomo kolo àsìkò tiẹ̀ tán o, kìnìkan o, ọdún kan péré ló kù fún, ọdún kan oṣù péré ló kù fún. Let's see, is he going to unwind? Is he going to unleash mayhem on Lagosian? We wait to see. I'm not going to join the bandwagon of those that will say, oh, MC Oluomo kò pààyàn, kò ṣe kìnìkan. Talent tí ò mọ̀ pé MC Oluomo ń pààyàn. Kò ń ṣe òun ní killer squad Bọ́lá Tinubu ni. Àbí what about all the ballot boxes in 2019 that were hijacked? What about the EndSARS? Have you forgotten? No, I have not forgotten. And those of you that are advocating for a Bola Tinubu presidency, have you forgotten EndSARS? Have you forgotten all our markets burnt down to pieces in the south? Did Bola Ahmed Tinubu showed any I care attitude? But he was quick to run up to the north to be giving them money. For me, Bola Tinubu has no place in my dictionary. And I will never support him. And I will campaign ruthlessly against his presidency. They born you well, come out. It's not on. Bola Tinubu handed Lagos over to motor parked out Agberos. Stole. How many hospitals? Shebi, you've just seen it. I've just taken you through exactly. Look, the British, they built and built and built. They built. Let us ask ourselves good questions. What has Bola Tinubu done as legacy other than fraud and embezzlement? Stealing from the people. No, that's not going to go down well with me. I promise you. Bola Tinubu will not even survive anyway. Because many of them, Ìdájọ́ Olúwa ti dé fún gbogbo wọn náà anyway. Èyí tó máa kú ló pọ̀ jù nínú wọn. Did you hear that? Èyí tó máa kú òun ló pọ̀ jù. Ètò máa kú òun ló pọ̀ jù. Esther Iwetuga, you said MC Oluomo should not be allowed at any cost to Yoruba nation. What I envisage is going to happen eventually is that Bola Tinubu will push MC Oluomo to now join up with the Yoruba agitators. Because Abuja is pushing button against Tinubu. Abuja is pushing button against MC Oluomo. Yeah. You see, Nasiru El Rufai, that short man devil in Kaduna, he wants to finish Bola Tinubu by all means. He is Bola Tinubu's number one enemy in the north. See, had Bola Tinubu listened to the advice I gave through his man, Alhaji Segun Molade, in 2015, to cut ties with the north and start with Yoruba nation now, and that he was in a better position amongst many of the leaders at hand to begin the process for a Yoruba nation. He was never interested. Somebody that never believed in Nigeria before. Somebody who strongly believed that Muhammadu Buhari was an ethnic bigot. And you think they forgot, you think Bola Tinubu think those people forgot, but they used him in 2015 because they needed him. Because they know they cannot go, they know Buhari will not be accepted in the southeast. Yeah. But I knew that the Fulanis, they were going to use him You see, now they're not coming to the southwest. They are going further east now. They are going further east because there is a stiff opposition to them now in the southwest. See, now, ìdájọ́ Olúwa ti dé tán. Ẹ̀rí bí Bọ́lá Tinubu ṣe ń yàgbẹ́ sára tó ń tọ̀ sára. Yeti Queen, good morning. Yeah, you're right. Boyako money. Fulani never forgive anyway. He said it, that Buhari was an ethnic bigot. Yeah. He said it. But you see, for them to get exactly what they wanted in 2015, they had to crawl. See, and I knew for a fact that Bola Tinubu, Atiku provided the money to fight that election, which was why Alhaji Segun Molade said to me, Mr. Bello, Jagaban ti waste owó jù púpọ̀ jù, ó ti run owó sínú APC. Ṣerú nǹkan tó yẹ kó lọ run owó sí nìyẹn. Gbogbo ọ̀nà ò dá l'Ékòó. The roads are so bad. So bad. No hospital, no pipe-borne water, nothing. Yeah. Nothing. Whether he's going to pay the price, or not, he's made enough money from politics anyway. Yeah, but yes, Mr. Root Saint, you're watching the stream on YouTube. You're welcome. Same price MKO paid. See, MKO was a member of the Caliphate. And Bola Tinubu was never a member of the Caliphate, but now that he was able to milk money from Lagos, he overran the whole of the Southwest. And now thinking, I can win at national level. Bola Tinubu's strength is only in Lagos. That is his strength. See, he went to Edo State. See, Edo people showed him pepper. Esther Ewetoga, Tinubu ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni o. A time is coming that he will even hate him. Hate MC Oluomo, you mean? Ìyẹn náà dábẹ́. Alhaji Aremu Ṣọládé Alákùfọ̀. People are really suffering in Lagos. Yeah, they are. They are. Real suffering. Real. No be wasa. No be wasa at all. Okay, let's see. It's so shameful. Look at the nation you called your nation. See, look at.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're celebrating Nigeria at 60, and this is still the face of Nigeria.
See that?
Well,
See that? Look at. Is this not disgraceful? Is this not disgraceful? Look at. That's how they celebrated Nigeria at 60. I thought I had seen it all when they celebrated 50 years, and I said, there's nothing to show for your celebration. Why are you celebrating? Nigeria at 60, at 50. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was in power over 10 years ago. I nearly got crucified by them lot at the Nigerian High Commission in London when Tafida was our High Commissioner to the UK. They hated me so much. Shola Enikon Laye, Dr. Tafida's special assistant, hated me so much. See, I'm mentioning names.
all right, we are still celebrating Nigeria at 60, and this is still the face of Nigeria. Yes.
See? See? 60 years. Let me halt it there. You see, Nigeria at 60. Okay? After independence. After independence. But there was one time it was like this. When it was like that, 72 years ago. Would you believe it? 62 years ago, Lagos. 62 years ago, Lagos with Batashu. 72 years ago, 1950, Lagos. Her Majesty's visit to Lagos in 1956, 66 years ago. Then, Nigeria was a British colony. Our same Queen Elizabeth. Eco Bridge, Lagos, 47 years ago in 1975. First General Hospital in Nigeria, built by the British, 1893, 129 years ago. It is now General Hospital, Lagos. A narrative of how Lagos went from a perfect city, perfect foundation, to a city of chaos, a city of mayhem. Indeed. Alaja Folake Alawiye, good morning. I've been on since the last 2 hours and 23 minutes. Yes. Thank you for that, Alaji Aremosholade Alaku, for people to share it. Yes, I've gone into a little bit of digging deep. A little bit. I've touched on this. Nigeria, a nation of lateral reversal. They always read things wrongly. Look at a district court, grade A area court, Kabusa, in Abuja. Court in Abuja. And then look at Osun State High Court of Justice, Oshogbo. Look at I've touched on this. See, 250 naira in 2011. And then the Marwa too. And then that man, the reasons why he will kill anybody. And it's even defying the order from Abuja. And then threatening even the governor of Lagos. And then demonstrating and then saying he will pull out National Union of Road Transport Workers away from the federal. That they will start their own, to cut the long story short. And that I've highlighted the total amount of money. The reasons why MC Oluomo will kill anyone is because of the revenue, the money he milked from commercial transporters in Lagos. See, Agbero MC Oluomo is currently making, from that statistics, a total of 123 billion naira yearly. Yeah. From the commercial buses alone, it's 2.1 billion he made. Tricycle, Keke Marwa, 32.9 billion. And then motorcycle Okada, 8.1 billion. And of course, a breakdown. The total number of commercial buses, how the independent research organization that researched this issue, they were able to figure out the total number of commercial buses. They reckon 75,000 of them on the road. Many of them in a dangerous state anyway. And they paid each 3,000 naira every day, and yearly 82.1 billion naira. Tricycle keke marwa, the research and investigation revealed there are 50,000 of them, and they each pay 1,800 naira a day, and yearly 32.9 billion. And then motorcycle Okada, they reckon there are 37,000 of them on the road. They paid 600 naira every day, resulting to 8.1 billion naira yearly. Total amount paid to MC Oluomo Agbero yearly is 123 billion naira. And that's why he will kill. And some people will say he's not a killer. Yes. It's not easy. It's not. Let's see. Let me do it this way. I think I have something to show you. Okay, let me see. Yeah. Watch this. In fact, let me repeat exactly the stuff I wanted to use to remind this one, so that they know that yeah, let's see that fair use disclaimer. Yes, let's bring that in so that people can see that. indeed. Yes, that was, I needed to put that through in case some people might want to lay claims to some of the contents I use at times. Now, here is the problem, and this was how it all started. Watch this.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Alhaji Aziz Abiola, the state chairman of TOAN of the NLTW,
Tricycle.
Tricycle Owner and Operators Association of Nigeria, TOAN. Àwọn nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́nu ni mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ advise the state chairman NURCW. Why do I advise you in a way? Just because you are still a state chairman, you have not deserved any respect from me. Because Tabanso in terms of transportation in Lagos State, oh, what mean any level? Mo mọ buses tí mo rà sékòó tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ tó ń lọ tó ń bọ̀. Tọ́nbàkà staff tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ London transport company ní lásán, there are more than 3,000 workers, both the driver and conductor. Tọ́nbà ní iye operator tó ń wa àwọn tricycle mi lásán, I have more than 3,000 operators tó ń wa àwọn tricycle tí mo nílé fòyí, more than 3,000 tricycle. When we are saying something about transport sectors, you are not up to. But you have an opportunity to be a state chairman.
Listen.
Mi ò bá ẹja, nítorí mi kì í bínú èèyàn, nítorí Ọlọ́run ló máa ń múyàn dépò. Ọlọ́run ló máa ń múyàn dépò. Ọlọ́run kádàrá pé kí n wà láàárín ẹ̀yin ni mi ò tọ́ lẹ́nu tó yẹ kó máa bó ní mọ́tò ṣe, but ibi tọ́lọ́run tóbi sí láti kékeré mi nìyẹn. Nítorí gbogbo ìwà àbàjẹ́, ìwà abatẹnujẹ́ tó wà lọ́wọ́ yín, Ọlọ́run ò ní kí n ní lọ́wọ́. Gbogbo ohun tèmi máa ń ṣe, mo máa ń ṣe pẹ̀lú payà Ọlọ́run. Nítorí mo mọ̀ ká ayé ìkọ́là ayé wa ṣe máa kó òbí ayé ìjọ kan. A máa pàdé Ọlọ́run tá a máa ṣèṣirò bá a ṣe lu ayé. I can be surprised. When I appoint me as a state chairman no Marua, state chairman Tricycle, it's not that it affects your own position. Me ò do position there. Tricycle ni mo head. And then yourself, no send message sí wa. Pé o fẹ́ bá a ṣe meeting láàárọ̀ yìí kí n wá sí meeting. Láì mọ̀ kó ti set ilé ẹ̀kọ́ kan pa meeting bá dé sí meeting náà. When I reach the meeting, o ti set àwọn tó máa gbẹ mímí lẹ̀. But Ọlọ́run jù ẹ lọ, Ọlọ́run fẹ́ mímí lé ẹ lọ́wọ́.
Tó bá yá àwọn èèyàn kan sọ pé MC Olúọmọ kò ń ṣàpàyàn. MC doesn't kill. Okay, he did made mention of that thing. Look, everything is still coming down here. Tricycle. So that gentleman with his own number of tricycles that are piling the Lagos road, plying 1,800 naira on each tricycle, and then commercial buses too. See? Breakdown. Business Day International Center for Investigative Reporting prepared this. Not that I am making this up at the top of my head. It's been thoroughly researched. Elisha Oyedele it is so sad that the British left a legacy, an everlasting legacy for us. But guess what? Our leaders are so stupid that they don't really know how to build. To build. To build. It's never in the black man's dictionary. Never. Thank you, Ayeni. Thank you. We don't know how to build. Black people don't know how to build now. What really caused the frustration in Yoruba agitation? It is all because of the fact that when they see things like this, and this obscene amount of money being controlled by an agbero on a yearly basis, it's horrible. Mr. Root said, Uncle Frank, they're not stupid, they are wicked and evil. All right, guys. Yes, Kigami, you're right. I did showcase even Rwanda, how within 4 years what Rwanda did. Listen, guys, let's bring today's stream to an end. Yes, many of you, you're just waking up to join this stream. Yes, I have been on since, in fact, I've not had any sleep since yesterday. So, because in as much as I was doing this, I was trying to prepare some other stuff that I'll use. You know, my stream is with high sophisticated presentations and slides. Let's bring the stream to an end. If it is possible, I've got other things to sort out with you. Yes, let's bring it to a close. Steve Osagie, thank you. Yeah, you've stayed from the beginning to the end. Thank you all, guys, and we are going to do it again. Issue number 156. That's the episode of The Bleeding Edge is what we've just treated today. We're going to go into 157 in the next stream. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you. If you haven't done so, click like on whichever of the page on Facebook you're watching it from, either Liberty Media Communications or HALLO Magazine. Just click like and click following so that each and every time I come live, you get an alert. If you're watching it on YouTube, click subscribe. Like the page, click subscribe, and then the bell icon. And anytime I come live, you definitely will be notified. I hope you have enjoyed the stream. I know it is heartbroken, but make no mistakes. I'm beginning to question if Yoruba nation will become reality. I'm not going to lose hope. I don't know, I am not God, but I'll keep my fingers crossed. Until next time, just watch out. I can come anytime. Take good care of yourself. It is today, Sunday, and let's bring the stream to an end. God bless you all. Have a great day. Good day.